Hello, kindergarten. This is Miss Murphy. I'm here today to teach you Module 4, Lesson 6 for our math lesson today. Let's get started. Okay, so we are going to do a fluency practice first to practice using our number bonds. So in each of these 4 squares, we have 3 circles with dots or numbers in them. We are going to make a number bond by drawing 2 lines to connect the circles. So on my whiteboard, I have an example of a number bond, right? One circle is connected to both other circles, and these circles are only connected to one, right? We remember from earlier lessons that the circle right here that has 2 connections is called our whole or our total. Sometimes we call this the party circle because this has all of the things together, right? We have parts here and they all come together to join the party in the party circle or the whole. So let's give it a try. Let's look at this first box here where my mouse is. Follow my mouse. We're going to count the dots first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're counting along with me. So we have 4 dots in this circle. How many in this circle? 1 dot. What about down here? 1, 2, 5 dots. Nice job, kindergarten. So we have 4, 1, and 5. Now, let's think about that on our fingers. We want to figure out which number is the total. So we have 4, we have 1, and we have 5. Which number is the biggest? 5, right? 5 is the biggest. So 5 is going to be our whole or our total number. Really nice. So we know that 5 is going to be in the party circle. Now we want to make the parts come together and go to 5, right? So since 5 is our whole, we know that 4 is one part, 1 is one part, and they're going to come together to make 5. Let's show it on our fingers first, and then we'll draw our lines to show it. So we have 4, and we have 1. They're going to move together and make our total, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Drawing one line from 4 to 5, drawing the other line from 1 to 5, because 4 and 1 are going to come together to fill up this party circle with 5 all together. Down here, we have more dots. Let's count them. Ready? Follow my mouse and count along with me. 1, 2, 3, 5. Great. So 5 in the circle. Count here. 3 dots in that circle. 1, 2 dots in this circle. So we've got 5, 3, and 2. Let's think. We know our whole number is going to be our biggest number. Is 2 our biggest number? I don't think so. What about 3? Is that our biggest number? Is 5 our biggest number? Let's see. So we have 5 as our total. Now we're going to see how our parts come together. So hold up 3 fingers on one hand. Got 3. And hold up 2 fingers on another hand. 2. Bring them together. Boop. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we had 4 and 1. Now we have 3 and 2 makes 5. So we need to draw our lines because we know that 3 and 2 are the ones that are coming together and they're making 5. So I'm going to draw a line from the 3 to the 5. And now I'm going to draw a line from the 2 to the 5. And now this number bond tells me that 3 and 2 together make 5. Fabulous job. Let's come on up here. Now we're working with numbers instead of dots. So we don't have to count them this time. We see the number 5, 1, and 4. Now our job is to figure out which one is the total, just like before. Which number is our whole number? Which one is the biggest? Is it 1? Is it 4? Or is it 5? Which one's the biggest? 5, right? So now our job is to show how the parts 1 and 4 come together to make 5. So hold up 1 finger on one hand and hold up 4 fingers on the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 1 and I've got 4. Now bring them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show this by drawing a line. Actually, I want you to show me this first. Think about how you would connect these circles, and then we're going to go over it together. Where would you draw your 2 lines to connect this number bond? Good thinking. I'm going to draw a line from the 1 to the 5 and from the 4 to the 5. Now this is telling me 1 and 4 come together to make 5. Nice job. 1 more. Ready, scholars? Uh-oh, this one looks a little different. We have 0, 5, and 5. Show me 0 fingers. Nice. Show me 5 fingers. Show me 5 fingers. Is 0 our total? Is 0 our biggest number? No. What about 5? Can 5 be our total? Now, this is a little bit tricky because we have 2 numbers that are the same. But if we think about it and stretch our brains, I think we can figure it out. So let's try it one way. We could say 5 and 5, right? 5 and 5. When they come together, do they make 0? No, they make 10. So I know that 5 and 5 can't be the parts. Let's try a new combination. What about 0 and 5? Show me 0. Show me 5 on your other hand. When they come together, what does that make? How many fingers am I holding up now? 5, right? So that one works. I can show 0 and 5 coming together to make 5 in the party square. I'm going to draw a line from 0 to 5. Oh. Now I'm going to draw a line from 5 to 5. Now 0 and 5 are coming together to make 5. Nice job. So today for our lesson, you're going to need your paper and pencil, just any paper and pencil that you can find to write with. You're going to need your crayons or markers or colored pencil or anything that you can use 2 or more different colors of. You want to find 5 objects. So this could be anything that you have around your house. It could be like hair ties or pennies or different like beads, any like little thing that you can move around to practice your number bonds with is perfect. And then of course you need your kindergarten math workbook. If you are missing any of these things, now's the time to pause the video and go get them. So make sure you have all the stuff you need before you keep going. Okay, if you didn't pause the video or if you just played it again, I'm assuming you have your materials and you're ready to go. Oh, and of course, your most important material, which is your brain. Make sure you've got your brain to stretch and grow today. So our goal today says, I can make up a story to go along with a number bond. We've been practicing a lot with our number bonds lately, and sometimes we tell stories to help us out to show what things go where in our number bond and how many we have total. Today, you're going to get some practice telling stories of your own to work on showing what your number bond or telling what your number bond shows. Pretty exciting. First, we're going to do our application problem. We are going to play a game called Snap. So here's how it works. I have a tower of cubes. I'm going to hide it behind my back and break it into 2 different parts. And I'm going to show you one of the parts, but the other one I'm going to keep hidden secret behind my back. Your job is to figure out how many cubes are in the tower behind my back, right? Because we're going to use this as our whole. And then you're going to think about the hidden partners in our whole number to figure out what's the hidden tower. So first, we need to figure out how many we have in our whole. Let's count them together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many did you find? 5 cubes, right? We've got 5 in our tower. So I'm not going to add any cubes or take any away. I'm going to keep 5 cubes, but I'm going to break the tower into 2 pieces. So watch carefully. Ready? I'm hiding the tower. I'm going to break it into 2 pieces. Here's the tower I'm showing you. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3. How many cubes do we have in this tower? 3, right? And our total was 5. So you know that there are some cubes hiding behind my back because I didn't come back with 5 cubes. Still have some hiding. But we need to think, what is the hidden partner that goes with 3 to make 5? 3 and blank makes 5. Well, I might be able to think this out by drawing it on my number bond. So I know that I have 5 cubes, right? So I'm gonna draw this real quick with 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I showed you a tower of 3. We know that 3 is going to be one of our parts. I'm going to take a different colored marker and I'm going to color 3 of our circles. 3, 1, 2, 3. And these 3 circles are going to come down to be one of our parts because we have a tower of 3, right? This is one of our pieces. 1, 2, 3. Now, looking at this picture might help you figure out how many are in the hidden tower. I have 3 that you've already seen. How many are left from the total that we aren't seeing right now? You got it. You can't be tricked. 2 more cubes are in the hidden tower. Let's check it out. How many do you count? You knew there were 2 cubes because there are 2 left over from the 5. And those go in this other part. Now, let's practice by putting our tower back together. So we had 1, 2, 3 in the tower we could see, and 1, 2 in the tower that was hidden. Now let's put them back together. All together it makes 1, 2, 3, 4. Fabulous. Let's say our number sentence. Ready? 3 and 2 makes 5. Your turn. Fabulous. Let's try one more time because that was a super fun game. I still have my tower of 5 cubes. Now I'm just going to break it a different way and we're going to see what our hidden tower has. Okay, I'm showing you a tower of how many cubes? 1. So 1 is our part this time. Let's draw it out. If you already know, or I think you already know the hidden partner that goes with 1 to make 5, you can say it out loud. If you want to draw this number bond with me to practice, that would be a good idea. Now our total is still 5, so I drew 5 circles in this party circle right here to show our 5 cubes. This time, I only had 1 cube in the tower you can see. I'm going to color 1 cube purple and draw that cube down here. So 1 is one of our parts. Now we have some cubes left over. How many cubes go in our other part down here? How many are left? You got it. We have 4 circles left. Let's draw that out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll color them up here to match. So we see we have the 4 green circles and the 1 purple circle coming together to make 5. Let's see if we got it right. I'm going to pull out my hidden tower. Ready? Count with me. You got it, Gator. So let's see. We are showing with our cubes what our number bond is showing us. 1 and 4 come together to make 5. Nice job. All right, so now we are going to check out a video that's going to help us with our stories about number bonds. So Ms. Murphy's going to disappear for a second and you're going to watch the video. While you're watching, your job is to have your paper and pencil out and ready because you're going to be drawing a number bond along with the video and practicing what they're practicing in the video. So make sure that you're following along. I will be right here listening.
Hi friends, today's lesson is for Module 4, Lesson 6. Our learning goal for today says, I can make up a story to go along with the number bond. Ooh, I love it telling stories. I'm so excited. All right, are you good at telling stories? I bet you are. I can't wait to hear the good stories you come up with today. Okay, so here we go. Today what we're going to do is we're going to have a group, we're going to have a whole amount. We're going to tell our story, and then we're going to put the pieces of our story into a number bond. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So, before we get started, can you press pause and go get a dry erase board or a marker? Or maybe you have a math journal that you like to work in. Either one, can you go ahead and get those materials and then come right back to me, okay? Press play when you're ready.
So scholars, this is where you're going to use your pencil and paper to follow along, okay?
All right, are you ready, friends? Here we go. All right, so I want you to go ahead and draw an empty number bond and then put your pencil or your marker down. Good job. All right, let me tell you my story. Yesterday, it was raining outside. Ugh. And on rainy days, I like to cheer myself up. On my way over to my best friend's house, I stopped to get some cupcakes. I know that my friend Rachel really likes cherries, so I got 5 cupcakes, 3 for her and 2 for me. I picked out 3 that had cherries on them and then 2 plain ones because I don't really like cherries as much. When I got to Rachel's house, we both devoured or ate our cupcakes really fast, and boy, oh boy, were they delicious. And Rachel said, "Thank you so much for giving me cherry-topped ones. I love them." Hey, that was a good story, right? I just made that up. Oh, I should have been an author, I think. All right, but I would miss doing math so much. Okay, so here we go. So I told a great story about those cupcakes. And if you're anything like me, my mouth is watering now. So here we go. Let's go ahead and fill in our number bond. So what are some of the parts that you heard about in my story about the cupcakes? Yes, some had cherries and some were plain. That's right. So those can be our parts. Do you agree? Perfect. Can you go ahead and think about those cherries? Can you put in the part that would talk about the cherries into the number bond? Press play to see if you got it right. Okay, so I'm just talking about the part of the cupcakes that are cherries. So I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3. So 3 is going to be one of my parts of that group of cupcakes. How'd you do? Excellent. Right? The other part would be what, friend? Yes, the plain ones. And how many plain ones are there? 2. Perfect. So that's going to be our other part. Go ahead and fill in your number bond. All right. Is our number bond done? No, not yet. What goes in that last piece of the number bond? Yes, the whole amount. If I have 3 cherry cupcakes and 2 plain ones, I put them all together and carry them in my box over to Rachel's house. How many cupcakes did I bring all together? Yes, I brought 5. Perfect. Excellent. Wow, we just told a story with our cupcakes and we filled in our information from the story into the number bond. I don't know if you know this, but math and reading go so well together. Just like me and cupcakes. Okay, erase your board because here we go. Let's do another one, okay? All right. As soon as your board's erased, we're going to move on. All right, here we go. Remember, don't forget, if I go faster than you, just go ahead and press pause. And if you're working in a math journal, you can just scoot down to another space that's empty space. You don't have to keep erasing. Okay. All right. Oh, well, these aren't as delicious as cupcakes. They're just counting cubes. Oh, but you know what? I have a really good imagination. Do you have a good imagination? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to pretend that these are, part of a train. All right, part of a train, and they're carrying monkeys and a lion. Oh my goodness, that sounds like so much fun. All right, so let's talk about the parts that we see and put it into our number bond, and then we'll work on a story. So we'll kind of do things backwards this time. All right, so how many blue parts do you see on there, friend? Go ahead and fill it into your number bond. Did you put 4? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfecto. Let's think about our story. It's going to be about a train carrying, like a circus train, carrying monkeys and lions. We might say, the circus train was coming down the track and there were 4 cars filled with monkeys. Raise your hand if you would like to go see a train that was carrying monkeys. I would certainly. How funny would that be? They'd be like climbing all around. Okay, perfect. So now the other train car is going to be holding a lion. How many other parts do we see in there? Fill it in your number bond. Yes, one. Perfect. Okay, so there was a circus train coming down the track. 4 cars were filled with monkeys. And then there was 1 car filled with one big lion. Ooh. All right. So how many cars were attached to the train altogether? What would we put as our whole amount? You are so good, friend. Yes, 5. Excellent job. Now, maybe when you saw that, you just want to talk about counting cubes. Like maybe your story was, first I pulled out 4 counting cubes out of my bin, and then I pulled out 1 more. Now I have 5 counting cubes. Was that a story? Yeah, that was a story. I was just telling you about what I was doing today in math. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to press pause. Find somebody. And if you don't have a friend, just tell your pencil the story. Tell them the story about that 4 part and the 1 part coming together to make 5 parts. It can be anything. All right. I did a circus train, but maybe you want to talk about aliens showed up in a UFO that landed in your yard. 4 came out and 1 stayed inside to fly around. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Press pause, come with this story, and then press play. Okay, did you tell your good story? Oh, make sure you do it. Press pause if you haven't. All right, how'd it go, storytellers? Oh, I wish I was there to hear it. I heard that I just heard that you did a really nice job from your friend. All right, let's go ahead and erase your board and we'll try another one. This time, I'm going to let you tell a story first. Don't worry about your number bond yet. I know it's empty at the moment. Try to think of a story that you could tell about those penguins. Press pause while you do it, and then press play and we'll fill in our number bond. Okay, did you tell your good story? All right, so here we go. I'm going to tell you mine. See if it was anything like yours. All right. 2 penguins were getting ready to go to a dance, and they're twins. So the fellas, Freddie and Teddy, decided to wear bow ties, and there were 2 of them. Then their best friends right next door, Hank and Tank, decided not to wear bow ties because they're going to be like a really casual. And that means you're not going to dress up at the party. So they only wore, they just wore their regular tuxedos that penguins wear. All right, and then all together, the 4 of them went to the dance. All right, that was my story. Now, did you see how I filled in my number bond? I have a question for you. Why did I put 2s as both of the parts? Ooh, good. Yeah, 2 had bow ties and 2 did not. How come 4 went in the whole amount? Exactly right. That's the whole group. Oh man, you are so good. You're so good at telling a story and the number bonds, friends. Which is fantastic because our learning goal says I can make up a story to go along with the number bond, and that is exactly what we did today. Ooh, lally, I'm impressed. All right, so here we go. This is what we're going to do now. I'm going to give you a number bond. Can you go ahead and write that on your board?
Okay, Ms. Murphy is coming back. Hello. All right, scholars, I hope you enjoyed making up your own stories with number bonds. Now we're going to get to do some practice in your math journal. So go ahead and open that up. I'm going to show you the page we're on in a second. But remember to keep that paper with your number bonds that you drew with you and your 5 objects, because that can help you on your problem set. So here's the page we're looking for. It says lesson 6 problem set at the top. We've got some cubes and number bonds going down the sides. Yours is in black and white, mine is in color, but it's the same thing. If you need to take a second and find this in your packet, go ahead and pause the video. Whenever you're ready, come on back. Okay, so the directions for our problem sets today say the squares below represent cube sticks. Draw a line to match the number bond to the cube stick. So let's see, we are going to look at all these cube sticks down here, and we're going to match them to the number bonds here. Okay, so let's get started with our first cube stick. I'm also going to make this cube stick with my cubes so that we can show it, and I'm going to put them on my number bond. You can use your objects to do the same thing at home, okay? So here we have a cube stick, and we have how many orange or yellow cubes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And then we have 1 blue cube, right? So we are going to show this in a number bond. So how many are orange? How many in the part that's orange? 4. How many in the part that is blue? 1, right? Okay. Now, how many cubes are there altogether in our stick? 5. So scholars, let's write this out on a number bond, and then we're going to find the one that matches, right? So up here in my hole, I've got 5 cubes. I'm going to write the number 5 so that I remember it goes in my total. 5 cubes. Now, I'm going to split up my cubes into their parts because I want to see how it fits into my number bond. So I have my orange cubes, they're going to go down here, and my blue cube is going to go down here. What number should I write in this circle with the blue cube? How many are there? 1, right? And how about in my circle with the orange cubes? How many orange cubes? Or you can count the number of yellow. 1, 2, 4, right? So we have 1 blue and 4 orange. You can make a number bond just like that. And then I want you to find which number bond matches. I'm looking for 5 in the total and 1 and 4 in the parts. Look around here. You're going to find one that matches. I think I see one that matches. Can you point to it on your paper? Where do you see? Okay, so scholars, you're going to draw a line from this first set of cubes to the number bond that shows it. Go ahead, draw your line. Did you find it? Here's where I drew my line. I found 4 and 1 makes 5 because that's what I saw in my cubes. 4 yellow and 1 green makes 5 cubes altogether. Now, let's move on to our next one. We have, let's count, 1, 2, 3 yellow. And how many green cubes do we have? 2 green cubes, right? I'm going to show this with my orange and blue cubes. So I have 3 orange and 2 blue. Now, what number is our total? How many do we have all together? Let's count them. 1, 2. How many did you get as the total? How many cubes all together? 5, right? So we're looking for 5 in the party circle. Now, that's the same as our last one, right? We have 5 up here. I'm going to write our 5 in. And now I'm going to split up the parts based on the colors I see. So how many yellow cubes are there? Say it. 3, right? So I'm going to write 3 in my first part down here. How many green cubes do I have? 2. Fabulous. So here's our number bond that shows this stick of cubes. We have 3 and 2 makes 5 altogether. Now, I want you to find that number bond on this side, find the number bond that matches, and I want you to draw a line from this set of cubes to your number bond. Go ahead. Ready? I drew my line from here to this number bond because I see 3 and 2 together makes 5. Awesome. Now let's take a look at our third set of cubes down here. We've got some yellow and some green again. Let's count the number of yellow cubes. 1, 2. Where am I going to write that into my number bond? Should I write it in my total or my parts? Is it a whole or my parts? The 2 yellow cubes. It's one of my parts, right? Part of them are yellow, 2. Now, how many green cubes do I have here? Also 2, right? This 2 tells about my yellow cubes. This 2 tells about my green cubes. Now I want to tell about all my cubes together because I'm about to write in the party circle. Let's count how many we have all together. What do you count? 4. Nice job, scholars. So we have 2 and 2 together makes 4. Go ahead and find the number bond that matches on this side, and I want you to draw your line to match them. Go ahead. I know you can do it. Awesome. So I drew my line from this set of cubes to the number bond that has 2 and 2 and then 4 in the party circle. You'll notice that this number bond is like tilted that way. Is it okay if it's turned a different way? Does it still tell us the same story? Yeah, it's okay if we turn our number bond because it's still telling us about the same cubes. It still has the same numbers. Last one, ready? We're going to look at one part, which is our green. How many green cubes? Shout it out. 1. And how many yellow cubes? 3. Nice job. So I'm going to put those in my circles that tell about my parts. 1 and 3. Now, what number is going to go up in my party circle? What's the whole number? You can do this, kindergarten. Count the number of cubes all together. It makes 4. Nice job. So we'll fill in this last circle. Now, your job is to find the number bond that tells us what is happening with these cubes. So go ahead and match that and draw your line. Give me a thumbs up when you're there. All right, yep, that's where I drew my line too. I drew it to this number bond that says 3 and 1 makes 4 because there are 3 yellow and 1 green, and altogether makes 4 cubes. As an extra special activity, you can practice telling stories about these number bonds to a friend at home, someone in your family, or even if you just want to tell it to a stuffed animal or a pet. Tell them stories about these cubes. You could say like, I have 4 pet lizards and 1 pet cat, and together I have 5 animals, right? You can make up any story you want. When you're done with your problem set, have your parent or someone at home in your family take a picture of your completed problem set and send it to your teacher. So if you're a Florida Gator, they can send it to me. If you're in Cincinnati, send it to Miss Zahutsky, and if you're in Hofstra, send it to Miss Seaman so that we can see your work and see that you've been doing your best job with your learning. Awesome job today, scholars. You've done a really fabulous job sticking with me. I hope you had fun telling your own stories today about number bonds and growing your brain. See you next time.